Hello everybody, welcome back to more Ace Attorney. How'd the investigation go yesterday, Mr. Wright? Oh, not good. Everything says you're the murderer, especially your confession. Frankly, there are still a lot of gray areas. Rather, the whole thing is one big gray area. Don't worry about me. No matter what the outcome, I'm ready to accept my fate. Then why did you confess? I believe in you, sis. Mr. Wright, let me offer you a word of advice. Kill Edred before this trial even begins. The defense attorney should never believe their client. Is this a big fucking lesson for me? Just to get me out of the office. The defendant is called to trial because they are suspected of wrongdoing. And in fact, Scott, you remind me a lot of Mia. There's one decisive difference between you and her. You are science, she was a mystic, and also she was defense, you were a prosecutor. And the science of your breasts. And that is... You're not a defense attorney. Oh. I already said that. I believe it's almost time for the trial. Good luck, Mr. Wright. Godspeed, Saviors. My first trial without a Fae helping me. No one's going to bail me out of this. Probably. I'll be alone in there, so I have to discover the truth all by myself. And I think Nintendo monopolizes for a bit. Let's do it, Mr. Wright. I'll be with you the whole way. February 23rd, 10 a.m. District Court, room number 9. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lorna Sky. I don't know why I gave him that accent. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lorna Sky. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has been ready for a while. Edgeworth, the fuck do you mean for a while? It's been 2 months. I haven't been in a courtroom since his trial. I hope that personal feelings will not be a part of the proceedings, Mr. Wright. They're always part of the proceedings. Why do you think I'm a defense attorney? I will choose the path that is right, regardless of what those around me might say. The judgment to be made here is in our hands, not those of anyone else. Very well, Miss Edgeworth, your opening statement, please. She prosecuted Lorna Sky has committed an unpardonable crime. Not only this, but she was rash enough to commit it in the prosecutor's office lot. In my car! Honestly, I feel like you shouldn't be here. Specifically of how close you are to the actual murder. Like, it was your car, your knife. I'm pretty sure this is grounds for mistrial. Ah, he's so much more forceful person. I suddenly feel like I've confessed to everything. However, she will now pay for her rashness with her life. There was a witness to a crime. A professional witness. I'm a
I'm professional in witnessing things.
Well then, call the first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution calls its first witness, Miss Angel Starr, to the stand. The Coffin Queen? Oh, that's you somewhere.
You want the caviar lunch, right?
Oh, caviar! I've never eaten caviar before. The judge really is wolfing it down.
Huh, I feel you have a fiesta ball.
Thanks. What the witness state her name and profession?
And you, sir? You're the fingerprint lunchbox.
It's too early for lunch. Your name and profession, please.
Well, Your Honor, how does it taste?
So this is why everyone raves about caviar. It's so tasty it hurts. I always thought caviar would taste like pickled tapioca.
What the hell does pickled tapioca taste like?
Name, profession, now.
Me? The name is Angel Starr. Don't go forgetting it. I find myself running the lunch lane these days. Is that what you wanted me to say, Miss Edgeworth?
She really doesn't like prosecutors. Very well, witness. Please describe the incident to us. The prosecution will wait. I'm not finished eating.
You don't mind, but hurry the fuck up.
Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. As you know, we usually call on the police to provide a description of the crime.
Your Honor, as Mr. Edgeworth has said to the court, I am a professional.
Huh? What exactly does that mean? Until 2 years ago, Miss Angel Starr was a special investigator with the police. She was a first-rate homicide detective.
What? Starr was a detective? She was?
I know who you are!
Cough of Queen Angel Starr, Your Honor. Long time no see.
Okay, so it's not just a double entendre, it's a triple entendre. Very well, you may continue with the description, Miss Starr.
Who is this lady? If I might have the court's attention over here. The parking lot of the prosecutor's office is divided into 2 blocks. A block for the prosecutor's office personnel. B block for visitors and clients. The chain divider separates the 2 blocks. I suppose that's to keep visitors from taking up prosecutor's space, yes?
Take a prosecutor's space, yes?
The crime took place by a car in the back of A block, in the car's trunk. Just stabbed the victim with his knife and went to drive the body out. Fortunately for her, there was a witness, and an arrest was made on the spot.
Who was this valiant witness?
Why, it was me, Your Honor.
Witness, did you see the very moment of the crime?
Of course, Your Honor. Immediately after that, I apprehended the chief prosecutor.
Seems rather cut and dry, doesn't it? Well, Mr. Wright, I can't agree on principle, Your Honor.
Seems that some poor losers are unwilling to accept the truth, Your Honor. Shall I proceed to crush what little hope they have remaining?
You know, she doesn't look like it, but I really am feeling the country accent.
Shall I proceed to crush what little hope they have remaining?
If you can, but give them your worst this star. Wait, are they talking about me? And this is testimony.
Mile away to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend. And I said something. Perhaps it was my fine home detective's intuition at work. But the wire fence was Sergeant Prosecutor standing next to it, garage car. And she prosecutor was holding a knife in her hand. And she thrust the pointed tip of the knife into the detective Goodman's chest.
Bring a lunchbox to your boyfriend. How touching. Not fully. As you can see, there's no room for doubt. The key point of your testimony seems to be nothing other than the point of the knife which you saw being stabbed into Detective Goodman.
So, how's it feel to be utterly crushed?
I'm still thinking about that.
It's really flushing, Mr. Wright.
Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness.
I always knew a day like this would come.
How did you know?
I expect the prosecutor's basic abhorrence to crime. But the methods are ugly and twisted. This methods will always lead to tragedy.
The lunch lady's uninformed opinions duly noted. God damn it, Edgeworth. Why did you have to say that? Edgeworth was just being smirky.
I used to know it's an inconvenient evidence of their whim. Being not the detective knew too much of me to say that. Mr. John, do you bear something personal against prosecutors? I thought that I found my dream job when I became an investigator. And if I hadn't been laid off by the prosecutors over there, I'd still be laid off. But many prosecutors are nothing more than words. That said, I am proud as you know my testimony is unbiased and honest.
Very well, we continue, Mr. How can you dare say that you're unbiased?
I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend.
His boyfriend? The detective. He's the detective?
Not that boyfriend, the security guard.
That boyfriend? Several?
Yes, this boyfriend, that boyfriend, the other boyfriend. That John, the yet another boyfriend position is still up in applicants.
I'll stick with the lunches, thanks.
I just thought the judge had to think before replying.
Oh, this is actually just gold.
The security guard is in the lock, in A block. It's up on the second level, so you can see everything from there.
I have to read the security sign. Why did they see it? Incidentally, did you bring your lunch boxes by car?
Since I'm a visitor now, I parked in B block.
She was in B block when she witnessed the crime.
Perhaps it was my family home detective's intuition.
You said something? So you're saying you had premonition of the murder?
It felt like, how would you say, I guess, it was like the feeling you get when you pumpkin chock full of seeds.
I have no idea what that means. Me and detective's intuition. Wasn't the victim Mr. Bruce Goodman also a detective?
Yes, well, he was like a young cheese.
A young cheese?
A fair white cheese, yeah. Not yet tangy with experience on the sweets of green home.
But it must be hard-filled and sharp as a tack.
And the owner with an old cheese to match. In any case, there in the lock, that's something stirring in the back of my mind. Garage car, you mean? The Sedgwick car, yes.
Sir Edwards?
So that, than that. The which the victim was stabbed is also Mr. Edwards. Wasn't it?
Yes, wrong.
Indeed it was. Might be the murderer, but I was acquitted. Because you said so. Indeed it was.
What an odd case this is. Professor, you saw him. Are you sure it was the defendant?
I saw her from no further than 30 feet away. I am certain it was her. She's telling the truth, we're doomed. Let's do what we can. Even if we don't have any proof, we can always nitpick.
Witness and testimony, you clearly say the following. Prosecutors are nothing more than words. Ergo, you are a biased witness.
You might want to keep those silly opinions to yourself in the future, Rookie.
Rookie?
Unless you're willing to risk the consequences of doubting me. I'll fry you like a fritter, crispy on the outside, chewy on the inside.
Huh? That was inspiring.
I believe I've heard that tagline elsewhere. You could cry plagiarism. Maybe relegated to the lowly post of lunchtime, you can put my instincts are honed.
A photograph? You took this?
The moment I witnessed the crime, my reflex took over and snapped I took a photo. In fact, one of my lunchboxes was rigged with a camera. I suppose it's more exciting than just hanging it around your neck.
Goodness, why am I only seeing this photograph just now?
Because I forged it. I think I'd show it to you, a prosecutor. Think again. I thought it works the photography division of criminal affairs.
Well, it's most certainly the defendant.
Uh-oh. There's unmistakably Lana Sky. So, what was the defendant doing at this time? Chief Prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Tell me more about this knife that the suspect was carrying. I'd say the blade was about 4 inches long. Is that right, Mr. Smith? It is your knife, after all. Yes, that's about right. Husky is by nature well versed in location of man's vital organs. Sure is easier than boiling an egg for my exact surprise.
You can't testify as to her ability to kill an egg. I mean, a person.
That's a chicken salad set. Would have been a better metaphor.
So the defendant was holding a knife like that.
And she thrust the pointed tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest.
Tell the court why you didn't try to stop this crime. You did see her raise the knife to strike, no?
But perhaps that's a point. Fortunately, by the time I realized what was going on, it was already too late.
Too late.
Yes. The next moment, the chief prosecutor brought down the murder weapon.
I see.
It's only a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. We can make it.
Said that before. Anything else?
Scientifically speaking, the start testimony is flawless.
Sounds pretty good to me.
What do we do? Isn't my sister guilty?
Let's just keep our heads cool and trust the witness in it, shall we? So this having a panic next to me makes me calmer.
Don't smile like that. How did you know? I accidentally pressed it again. Why is she wearing his coat? Come on, that's your left hand. And you witnessed this? You saw Miss Scott stab the victim with a knife? So I said yes. I swear my finest. A sandwich for a lunch. Sure, that's a fine lunch. But isn't that odd? Look at this photograph. This is a photograph you took the very moment of the crime, is it not? And why is Miss Sky not holding a knife? Oh, I thought it was going to be about her being left-handed. So, your thoughts? Objection. That had to be the weakest objection ever, Edgeworth. That it was still stronger than your ever-feeble mind, Mr. Wright. What do you mean, Miss Edgeworth? This photograph was not taken the moment before the stabbing. It was taken the moment after the stabbing. Objection! How can you tell that? Blood splatter. Huh? See the dark crimson stains on the chief prosecutor's coat. That's a black and white photograph. Ah, yes. It's hard to tell, but this could be blood. And Mr. Wright, I see no problem here. No problem except you. Mr. Wright, are you going to just sit there and take that kind of abuse? No. Got a better idea? I love myself. That's right, you can't just let him walk all over you, that's just sad. You said, Mr. Wright. First love lunchboxes in order. Well, that was a waste of time. Sure, it's a fine lunch. I swear, the Wendy's menu? That's a good menu. Wait, he did fucking say it! That is the kind of thing he would say! Well, I didn't get a penalty. I want that fucking lunchbox achievement. Wait, that contradicts what the witness said in her testimony. Namely, that she took the picture the moment she witnessed the murder. That's seems I was slightly unclear. My apologies.
Well, that's it.
You run out of lunch, you order seconds. Problem solved.
If you don't like it, try ordering the jumbo-sized lunch from the get-go.
Nice. I'm not sure I understood it, but good advice. I don't have time to stop her. This guy was cold, calculating, like a robot. She killed without pain or remorse. It was a premeditated murder.
Premeditated? How did you know?
Look at the chief prosecutor's hand in that photograph.
Well, are those gloves?
Surgical gloves made of thin rubber, most likely. Why would she have those?
If it was not premeditated, she would not be wearing those gloves. Ugh. These gloves do seem to tell a tale of premeditation.
Premeditated murder. A serious offense.
Witness, add this to your testimony.
The murder was planned. The rubber gloves proved it.
But if she was just in the habit of wearing gloves, not driving gloves. The gloves are admitted as evidence when the defendant was arrested. They were rubber gloves of the kind used for autopsies.
In the words when the chief prosecutor came to the crime scene, she came to do murder. It's the only conclusion, possible conclusion one can make. Everything was planned. It was a premeditated crime.
Listen, I'm sorry they took you off the force, Miss Star. This is bad. The judge is going to reinstate her as a cop, and I'm going to be fired because I don't like cops. Just thinking this was all planned. To prove this claim, the trial is overdue. I've got to think of a way to show that it wasn't premeditated. What's in his car? Witness, do you know what this is?
Are you trying to test me? I sell box lunches for a living, you know. That's a knife. The knife. The knife that was in Mr. Edward's trunk.
Indeed, it is my knife. What's in the case? The bloody murder weapon, a red car. All belonged to the prosecutor there. And it's the chief prosecutor for this, right?
Prosecutors bad people?
The defense has a request. We ask that the witness provide an accurate testimony.
What's that, Rookie?
In your testimony, you say that Lana Sky planned this murder. And that's why she was wearing those special gloves. Seems like a natural conclusion to me. The gloves do indicate planning. However, why did she not also prepare the most important thing? The murder weapon. Ugh. The knife just happened to be in the trunk of that car. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to plan a murder, you don't forget the weapon. Order! 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 Right now the tide is turning in our favor.
Quick show, Mr. Wright. My sister's as good as free.
Right. I believe the next lunch you'll be eating is humble pie. What? After what, deluding yourself into thinking that the tide is turned. Not over such a trifling detail. But this shoots a hole in the whole premeditated murder thing. Bah, prosecution could care less if it was premeditated or not. The only one who seems to care is that lunch lady over there. The defendant, Lana Sky, murdered a detective with a knife. That is the only thing the prosecution needs to prove. Nothing else. Very good, Mr. Prosecutor. I suppose you're clever now. I suppose you think you're clever now. But you know as well as I do that she planned on killing him. It was planned! Also, why would she have been wearing? I'd like to hear your testimony again. Witness, you saw only what you saw, not what you thought. How dare you! My powers of deduction are not to be underestimated. Really now. Last guy intended to murder Detective Goodman. That's why she called the victim all the way to the prosecutor's office. I'm sure the chief prosecutor had a grudge against the victim. Nothing else could drive that human machine to plunge the knife in again and again. I'm summoned from the police department to the prosecutor's office. Does sound a lot like premeditation, doesn't it? So if I ordered pizza, does that mean I'm planning to kill the delivery boy? In any case, the defense may now cross-examine the witness. Again, stop saying that. But you haven't told us how you know. That's what I'm about to tell you, rookie. I believe what she just said was a mere prelude to the story she was about to tell. I'd have to interrupt you again. Rookie. Never interrupt a storyteller. It's like pulling a bun out of the oven half-baked. It's half-baked humor, and that's you. Trying not to confuse the defense witness. But not very quick on their feet. And why did you believe the suspect had intentions to murder the victim? To speak for themselves. You have proof that this guy called him there. You have no proof that she didn't? Is there any proof? There's no record of a call made on the defendant's Miss Lana Sky's phone. You might have written him a letter. Come on, you should try public phone first at least. In any case, the victim came to the prosecutor's office where he was murdered. Sure, they have reason to be there. And this, why do you think the suspect who summoned the victim that day? They didn't know each other. What kind of grudge? Well, I wouldn't know that. What's it up? That's because she didn't have a grudge. Rookie. I have a lunchbox here. Now, what's inside? Well, am I supposed to know? See, I agree there's a lunchbox here, but we don't know what's inside. Person's life is like a lunchbox with pretzels. Don't you agree? I get it. That's why my lunch was so salty. This stretch isn't very good metaphors. So I had a grudge against Detective Goodman. Will you tell us your basis for that? For thinking this? It's simple. Let's contrive that. You machine! That's a contradiction! God damn it. Please. Can't you find fault with something of substance, Mr. Wright? I was going to say there was a single swift knife out. That sound is to match with size. Smell of like citrus fruit. The fuck is that note? say again and again, how many times did she stab him exactly? When we say chop into 1,000 pieces, but we don't actually mean 1,000 pieces. We often say chop into 1,000 pieces, but we don't actually mean 1,000 pieces. What difference does it make if the deed is done? If she's getting mad at me. Let's just say she stabbed several times and leave it at that. Look at that! This is a murder case, people! That's right, you should speak up if you have an objection, you know? Star has turned out to be as short-tempered as she looked when we met her. Down to her abilities as a detective really set her off. She burns out the best. It's a scientific fact. I wonder, wouldn't it depend on the size of the camera? You could add more legs, even a really short one over and longer. Obviously, more scientific testing is required. Single stab wound. So she stabbed him again and again. But you couldn't have witnessed that. Are you testing me? Then I'll test you. With my moss surprise. I'm afraid the moss is growing into her face as we wait, Miss Star. What do you mean? I shouldn't have to explain this. Now take a look. The autopsy report states the death was due to loss of blood from one stab wound. Aha! Right! Good show, Sedgwick. I presented that! He's my hero, really! I called her out for that! For my objection. You noticed? Oh, witness. I got the crime scene set, right? Why do you have that? Oh, thanks. I just believe that no one could ever mistake touching for blood. I realize that such mistakes are possible. So I was saying you took something for blood. After a night, I thought I saw blood at her breast. Spattered blood from her victim. That's why I thought she must have stabbed him at least twice. But tell us what you saw that you thought was blood. Testify. Red muffler looked like blood to me. That's how ghastly the whole scene was. A red muffler? Yes, like a scarf. Chief Prosecutor always wears one around her neck. So she can be easily hanged at a moment's notice, I suppose. He's right. This guy was wearing a red scarf, wasn't she? Wait, it's a dog that stood back and spat in blood. Oh, people often mistake my beard for a bib. A gentle bib, that's why this place feels so much like kindergarten sometimes. Actually, I do think I saw some traces of blood on her chest. Well, the doctor's report is clear on this matter. There was only one knife wound. Apparently Miss Star isn't entirely sure of her own testimony. That's right, this is a chance. It's required. She doesn't fucking have it. The Star demanded an explanation. It was clearly not suited for detective work. What? The suspect was not wearing a scarf or muffler of any kind when she stabbed the victim, and you proved it yourself with the photograph. Huh? But that can't be! I'm a professional lunch lady. could be so utterly clueless. Congratulations, Pat. You finally found your true calling in life. Harsh words, but good.
Me and Mr. Edgeworth prevails.
It was my intention, chap liver. I'm the one that called it out.
Was there a scar? That's something red. Really?
Oh, now where were we? The witness has given us an entertaining interlude, but back to business.
What?
Very well, witness. Continue your testimony. You saw the crime and apprehended the suspect. Tell us about that.
Very well. I do remember some things accurately, at least.
Ultimately, we couldn't shake the most important part of your testimony. Most important part? The part where your sister stabs the victim. This next testimony might just be the moment of truth. As in the manner the suspect attempted to run behind a partition to the side.
I quickly caught her, explained her rights to her, and arrested her on the spot.
Ah, yes.
I was her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. She prosecuted made the escape, but against Angel Star was disputed.
You're quite determined about the scar, aren't you?
I strike like a snake and bite like a cobra. That's me, Angel Star.
All these people are very American, even though they're very Japanese.
That wasn't a very good metaphor. First of all, it's a kindness. Don't bother me with details unless you want to get bitten.
No, thanks. So, Mr. Wright speak against poisonous snake bites.
Again, the fuck does that mean? Everyone is.
Two passengers tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain.
She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum.
An oil drum? Hard to imagine.
Now she's fearful but deadly a predator, this one. Left a woman around.
Well, very well, Mr. Wright. You'll cross-examine if you will. I just noticed her necklace looks like one of those octopus hot dog things.
Come around behind her partition side.
So where is the partition on the floor plans? I'm sure she means this wall next to the car. That's right. This wall, they're about 6 feet high.
How is she trying to hide herself? Quite a natural thing for a criminal to do. I could caught her exploiting her rights to her arresting her on the spot.
Were you close to the suspect?
As I just said, I was only 30 feet away from her the whole time.
You mentioned the muffler. What exactly did she say?
Remember exactly how I told you in my testimony.
Cheeky.
Carry on. Heard her say it was a murder muffler.
Is that one word? So, all you heard wasn't the suspect talking to you, but that was someone else.
As the chief prosecutor was talking on her phone.
phone? You kidding me? So you never saw this mother. But this photograph proves she couldn't have seen it.
That's true. Star.
Strangely, the king staked a scarf for blood splatter, and she says she didn't see any scarf. She doesn't strike me as the kind of witness to make careless mistakes either. So what did Miss Star see down the parking lot? This guy tried to run. She made to escape. Can you be more specific?
She rested sad my hand and brain. I was terrible at sight to see like a dollar a lot on there, walk around.
Huh?
You kicked up an oil drum at me.
An oil drum. Oil drum lying on the side of the scene of the crime. That's strange. What's that?
She wanted to escape. Why did she run the other way?
And then, ah! Parking lot entrance.
That's right. Doesn't make any sense that she would run behind petition to the oil drums.
Some more mysteries. Wish we could solve a few before finding more. Should I try to run? See this on the floor of plans just to be safe. Election of the car was. She was fist. Thus she was parked in B block. So it was the murder from here. I'm making about 30 feet from the car, yes? The correct Star.
Yes, that's right.
But there was a chain link fence in front of you.
I went over it, of course.
Amazing. Oh, Queen Lunch Lady indeed.
Would have taken her a little
Time to climb over the fence. So she couldn't have gotten to my sister that fast. The fence was about 9 feet high, too. How did this guy not get away? I thought, do you mean the cell phone discovered at the scene of the crime?
Yes, ultimately.
Ultimately?
My memory. It's like a salmon heading upstream, you see.
No, the court doesn't see the star.
Chief Basket first attempted to use the phone hanging on the wall.
But the wall? That's right. The car, there was an emergency phone on the wall.
Apparently, it was out of order.
It was a cell phone?
Indeed, the emergency phone was out of order that day.
Good witnessing, witness.
Good witnessing? I have to good testifying.
And of course, adds to your testimony.
Things I did at least this rookie defense attorney. Oh, I should try the phone on the wall, but had to use a cell instead.
Do you think you could restate your testimony in court? Aha! I was going to ask the same thing.
Oh, I said this one time, so listen close, rookies. He prosecutor stabbed the victim and ran behind the partition. And she picked up the emergency phone on the wall when it was out of order. But she pulled her own cell phone out of her pocket. In that time, you climbed over the chain link fence. And when I boldly grabbed her arm, the chief prosecutor hung up her phone.
You saw her doing this? That's Miss Wright.
There was a goddamn wall, and that was not where the phone was found. I have to conclude that you have a personal grudge against Miss Lana Scott.
Oh, this is a former detective. Her testimony is unmarred by personal bias.
Well, who would have thought you would be my knight shining armor, prosecutor? You who, together with the chief prosecutor, kicked me out 2 years ago.
I just tried defending you. Why did you say that? I'm a star. There's a fatal contradiction with your testimony. How do you explain this?
Huh. I don't know what you're talking about. Mess with me and I'll make you cough it all up.
Look at the floor plans. So you witnessed the crime from this point. However, if that's true, possibly see Miss Sky making that phone call. I believe you see what I'm getting at. That emergency phone was on the back side of this partition. If indeed you were in B block, you couldn't have seen it.
Ah!
Order! That's the meaningless. It's simply, Your Honor. She's not coughing with blood, she's coughing up her eyes. That's quite the claim, Mr. Wright. Perhaps you will allow me a question. That's exactly what the lie is for. This witness is told before. It's for the county. Can't afford to get this wrong. Lied about. Lied about what she saw, in other words. She didn't see anything, Miss Sky. She didn't see Miss Sky using that emergency phone. She could have. Very logical. What's the matter, Star? Okay, I got your lunchbox. That's right. I hate to bother you while you're celebrating your victory. Why would Miss Star lie like that?
I just say that my sister had tried to use the phone but failed. This makes any sense. Why lie about something so insignificant?
Well, Dave, she's right. Wait, maybe she really did. You tried to use the emergency phone. So no room for that here?
Oh, the patootie and the rice, right?
This is... That's right. And I thought you had something there. Haven't learned your lesson, have you? I can afford to get it wrong. I'm at the order of events. This guy used the emergency phone before the murder. I thought of that. What Adam says?
Why would anybody use the emergency phone before the murder?
Huh? When you think you can't sink any lower, you miss. I applaud you, Mr. Wright.
Our orange peel lunchbox, right?
I guess that teaches me to not get excited before the evidence. One more try. I see you change your eyes. You haven't learned your lesson. What a lie. Tried to use the emergency phone, but it was out of order. What's significant about this fact? Nothing. Therefore, it would be pointless for me to start to lie about it. That was a lie, I see. But say the witness did actually see the sky using the emergency phone. Good man. The star witnessed the crime scene from a different location. A different location? No, that's a pointless lie if I ever heard one. Before you call my lie pointless, at least let me tell it. Let me ask a question to you, our clever wordsmith, Mr. Wright. Just where was the witness when she saw the crime? All the testimony we heard until now points in one direction. It's the only place where she could have been. Is it the security guard room? Indeed, the security room, the underground parking lot, is well positioned. It's built on the second floor, so you could see the entire lot. She would have been able to see the emergency phone from there. Right there. There are many other places where she could see the phone. Not in this case, Your Honor. The witness, not being part of the prosecutor's office, couldn't park in A block. The only place where she could have seen the crime in the back partition is here. I remember in your testimony you said you brought a lunch to your boyfriend in the security guard room, yes? Oh, Miss Saw? Yes, I've been getting the better of men. I think the tables could be turned. The man has got the better evil star. Order, you witness. What have you done? This is a detective, you should know better. I'm not turning back. The guilty will be punished. And I'll do what I must to make sure justice prevails. The guilty? Is she talking about Miss Sky? Mr. Wright, doesn't this strike you as odd? Why did Miss Sky lie? Doesn't make sense. Huh? It just said this you saw the crime as a security guard station. Wouldn't change anything. Exactly. This photograph tells all. It was a defendant who stabbed the victim. That truth still stands. Still stands? I disagree, Mr. Edgeworth. What? When is found to be lying, they're guilty perpetually. She knows this. She won't risk that without a good reason. Question. We can see the fucking chain link fence. If she saw it from the security guard's office, and had a camera take that photo, I mean, she set it all up. Tell us what her reason was, Mr. Wright. Huh? Me? Who else? That's right. Let's review what we know. Miss Starr witnessed the crime in the security guard station. She lied and said she saw it from B block. This makes a vital difference. What could it be? Angle in which she saw the crime occur would change. What do you mean? Well, the security guard station is on the second floor and you're able to sort 3D view of the crime. It's important. Why? Would you like to reconsider, Mr. Wright? You were just seeing the crime in better lighting conditions. It changes the distance between her and the scene of the crime. My condolences, Mr. Wright. I had one look at the floor plans and it's quite clear. The distance between the scene of the crime and the guard station is 30 feet. I don't see how that would change what she could see. What she saw is not in question here. What matters is the time it would take her to reach the scene of the crime. Miss Stark, you witnessed the crime from the security guard station. How long did it take you to go from there? To see the crime where you arrested Miss Sky? A witness? Yeah. Yes? Lord of the Squidfields, right? The quality of my lunches has gone from low to inedible. Let's bring the PB&J lunch to my fresh boysenberry jam. To my boyfriend. A boysenberry for the boyfriend. What's the devastation, so I waited. I witnessed the crime from the glass wall station. Before I knew what I was doing, I found myself running toward the scene. But the door was locked. I couldn't open it. That's why I had to go through the visitor's park and be locked. It's quite a detour. Probably took me at least 5 minutes to get to the scene of the crime. 5 minutes! This changes things considerably. But it was that woman over there in the defendant's chair who stabbed him. I know it. I have photographic evidence. I swear it on my finest plastic spork. You have a point. And spork is a wonderful invention.
Would you like another caviar lunch?
Absolutely. Uh-oh.
Straight, you have to do something.
Have any evidence to stop this? More evidence before I go stick my spork in this mess. That makes my eyes.
The raw power of caviar, it's scientific fact. The only thing that's left is your strong presence and powers of deduction. Let's screw the lid back on those overpriced fish eggs.
5 minutes between the witness of the murder and the arrest. Think about it. You can make pasta in that amount of time. If you like it al dente.
The lunchbox put Thai pasta into knots, rookie.
5 minutes blank. Isn't that strange? Strange. You are a criminal. What would you do with 5 minutes, Your Honor? Well, I guess I'd flee the scene. Hey! Don't get the wrong idea. I didn't kill anyone. I have the instincts of a killer. You would run, but this time was different. This guy dug with the scene of the crime. She even had her picture taken. No true criminal would act this way. It's conceivable. Well, then it seems we've come to the end of this testimony. The witness has a grudge against the defendant in a blanket. It's just the search with this. The next witness, where you go. Fortunately, I appear to have evidence to get this witness on account of her professional history.
We did it. Screw that can shut, Mr. Wright.
That's too close. Afraid that the Gotham Queen has been dethroned. With that, court adjourned.
Mr. Edgeworth, you ordered the squid reels, right? Not the ones you tried to foist off on me. I prefer not to take the defense team's leftovers. Anything else to say? I might be able to save you. I have decisive evidence. What was that? This is another one of her trick lunchboxes. My apologies, but we have no further questions to ask of you, Miss Star. Ah. Is this your jumbo lunchbox? Oh, a triple decker! Out of deference to the witness's determination, I'll allow one more testimony. I'll say about this decisive evidence. God damn it! What do you do? Why is it that you are able to be bribed with lunchboxes? Like the lunchtime mouse says, you won't be disappointed. What you going to pull out of her lunchbox this time? Should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. And now, to the matter of the victim's shoe, did I not bring this up? 2 types of blood were found on the shoe. Not of course the victim's. Now the other blood type, the match to that of the defendant, Miss Lana Sky. The shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence. Was blood found on the shoe? Play lunchland for all your lunch and decisive evidence needs. What's the meaning of this? Why is this the first time I've heard of this evidence? Good prosecutor. I don't trust you with evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. That's why I took the liberty of investigating this myself. And red blood test performed? Didn't I mention? I have 3 boyfriends in forensics. In any case, Your Honor, I can't accept this as evidence. What? You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. Rule 1, no evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. In other words, the shoe is illegal evidence, at least for the time being. Is that right, Mr. Wright? It seems so, as we're sure celebrating. Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. Don't forget, I used to be a detective. As I mentioned previously, the shoe has already been tested by a member of the forensics department. As you can see, it was approved by the police department as of today. The general public can prove this official evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. I love that he hates her so much. Is that right, Mr. Wright? Seems so. It's looking really solid. Could at least study some evidence law, really? Prosecution's complaints notwithstanding, because this evidence satisfies the first rule of evidence law. However, it seems you have yet another count against you, witness. Nothing to share the guilty are properly judged. Very well, Mr. Wright. And we begin cross-examine the witness. It's blood. It's my sister's, right? Appears so. Ma's right hand was bandaged when I saw her in jail. She must have cut herself at the time of the crime. Oh, sis. There's blood here too. On the sole of the shoe? It's got to be the victim's. Must have stepped in a puddle of his own blood. All this blood, it's horrible. This blood might be an important clue. I will keep your lunchboxes, and I will make you through the day you cross to me. Should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. And now the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring it up? Hold it!
Why did you lie about those 5 minutes?
I guess you could say I just want people to look at the results.
Results?
How many times do I have to say this? I saw the chief prosecutor stab the victim before my very own eyes. Whereas at that, a 5-minute blank means nothing.
Why didn't you just tell the truth?
Don't make me laugh. We're dealing with the most interested rookie of the vile lot known as prosecutors. Folks that I have evidence, arrange testimonies, erasing and manipulating evidence. When you fight monsters, you need to use every trick in the book.
Is when the suspect is admitting she did it. False testimony is the most despicable crime of all, Star. Let's just get this over with. Have you found the shoe in the crime scene? Seen the crime?
I detained the chief prosecutor and notified the police department. I wanted to make myself useful while I was waiting for the police to arrive.
Like an ill-trained foot shoe stuck off with the shoe.
I was afraid someone would erase the chief prosecutor's crime. This shoe is my secret weapon if that should happen. See this fashionable basket I have here? It carries more than lunchboxes, gentlemen.
Happy for you in your lunchbox bag, really. In case you remove valuable evidence from the scene of the crime. And tell us what you do next. So I brought it to forensics department. If you're going to submit something evidence in court, you need it proved.
But that evidence must be analyzed by a forensics expert.
That way was a little coup because she used to be a detective. She does not appear to have blood stains on it. The shoe does appear to have blood stains on it.
Well, the man was stabbed after all.
And that blood belonged to the victim, Detective Goodman?
There were 2 types of blood found on the shoe. The blood type matched that of the defendant's lung thigh.
You can't say for sure. The blood belongs to the defendant with the blood test.
You claim to know something about blood tests, rookie? I'll speak up.
Well, blood comes in 4 types: A, B, O, and AB. Well, can't tell from a blood test whether the murder was committed in cold blood. This is a figure of speech, Mr. Wright.
Actually, we can differentiate between millions of types of blood with all the blood tests out there. Which means that we can more or less narrow any sample blood down to just one person. Or so I hear.
That's pretty specific.
One more time, I would have gotten DNA test results. They said there's very little doubt it could be anyone's butt in these last guys.
So this suspect's blood was found on the victim's shoe. That ties it directly to the death of Detective Goodman.
I was afraid he was going to say that. I can't let this evidence go through without a fight. Or the peppered fish guts, right? Someone like it hot, Mr. Wright. Someone like your punch isn't enough hot water to make a whole vat of soup. Mr. Wright, do or don't you have a problem with the shoe? A problem? It's critical. Is there a problem with the victim's shoe? If I'm not imagining things, I'd say there's one critical problem with this evidence, a clear contradiction. That gleam in your eyes. You're still a young rookie. I'd give you a peppered fish gut now. But you couldn't take the heat, could you?
Let's see what Mr. Wright has to say. What is contradictory about the victim's shoe? What's the problem with this evidence? I wonder if you noticed. There's blood on the bottom of the shoe. Don't mess with me, Ricky.
Or it'll be your blood on the bottom of my shoe.
Dude, there's quite a bit of blood on the bottom of the shoe. Makes sense that the victim was stabbed with a knife.
What could possibly be contradictory about the blood on the bottom of the shoe?
The problem lies in the footprint. The footprint? Nope, the bottom of the victim's shoe is covered in blood. Then, isn't it strange? Why weren't any bloody footprints found by the scene of the crime? Aha! As you can see, there were no traces of any such footprints at the scene of the crime. That comes out to your claim about the shoe. This picture shows part of the victim, part of the floor, so there could have been bloody footprints. And where are these, sir? Because we checked the scene and we found nothing of the sort. Order! Order! All witness. What? You're doing this, right? But it's true that the lack of footprint is a contradiction. But then we have to ask why there wasn't a footprint. Oh! It's true. There has to be a reason why there wasn't a footprint. Think, Mr. Right? Think! I don't know why it's not there. I'm just good at finding contradictions. What? I see. Now I get it. Get what? Oh, this is more devious than I gave it credit for. It could wait till the very end. But she slipped. There was one vital hint of the truth in her testimony. What are you talking about? Think back to when she told us about apprehending the suspect. Side kicked over the oil drum. Oh, she's beautiful, but deadly pettiboots when it's leopard when rawr. I thought that was a strange thing for the normally cool-head chief to do. No kidding. Now, witness, allow me to ask a very simple question. The spoiled, was it empty? Oh, that? I'm not sure I like your attitude, Mr. Edward. Though apparently you're not the slowest conveyor belt in the lunchbox factory. Witness, well, was the old drum empty or not? The drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water. Water? What does that mean? Still don't get Mr. Right. Do you want to know the reason she knocked it over? The real reason? Yes, the suspect knocked over the oil drum for one reason alone. To erase the blood stains that would become evidence against her. That ties things up quite nicely. The blood stains left on the victim's shoe tire. To quite clear. I mean, tire quite clear to this murder. And after the deed was done, she knocked over the oil drum to erase the telltale signs. That's a prosecutor's specialty, erasing evidence. That reminds me, this guy's right hand is hurt. Didn't she say she'd cut herself when she stabbed him? So that's when my sister's blood got on the shoe. Well, I see no reason to prolong this trial. Mr. Wright, do something, please! What? What can I do? My sister has confessed to the crime and she tried to conceal it. What? Enough. There's no need for further debate. The verdict, Your Honor. Very well. But Angel Star was on the prosecution's side. She could have been lying about the water. This court finds the defendant, Miss Lotta Sky.
Little girl, what did you just say? Huh? Me? Did you say that I, Angel Star, was on the prosecution's side? Well, yeah, you are! You're saying my sister hid evidence by erasing the bloody footprints. Oh. I thought you'd had your fill, but here you are demanding a second helping. A lunchbox called evidence.
Wait, don't tell me you have something else. No, you are not doing that again. I am not going to let you fuck up my trial because you are being a bitch. The time for deliberations is past. If in the comments, you will be held in contempt of court. That's just scam a cop-up quick. Look at this. I just in case anyone had the gall to suggest that the white shoe didn't belong to the victim. I see no room for evidence.
Mr. Ray, wait! Look at the asphalt in this photo. It's clearly wet.
Erasing last trace of doubt from the court's mind. Immediately after the murder, the victim. The crime scene was washed with water.
I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I guess I couldn't help that be wrong.
It's not your fault. I know I couldn't win this case from the beginning. And it seems that this is what your sister wanted anyway. Sorry, Mia.
Right, why or not, don't be so quick to throw in the towel. Get yourself up off the asphalt. Take another good look. Don't give up, not until the bitter end.
Last piece of evidence. Very well. This time I'd like to declare a verdict for good.
Objection!
Your Honor, wait! I could hear ghosts, and they gave me room for encouragement, and I'm fucking using it. What is with you people? Can I hand down my verdicts in peace anymore? Whatever it is, get it away.
No, it can't. That'll be too late.
This photograph, the last one submitted.
This trial isn't over until we give each piece of evidence proper consideration.
So, right, you're saying there's a problem with this latest piece of evidence?
Yeah. And there's a problem. We're gotta go ahead with this.
I suppose since we've come this far, we should give every claim a fair shake. Very well, Mr. Wright. I'll look at the problem with this photo. Why was it that you taken off? On way.
Take that!
The problem with this photograph is here. What's this? There's something poking out of the car's muffler. Wait just a moment, Mr. Edgeworth. Your Honor, you just said muffler. I see no trace of a muffler or scarf of any kind in this photograph. The muffler is also found on a car or motorcycle, Your Honor. Just think of it as part of the exhaust system, a pipe. And I see! What's that suspicious-looking cloth sticking out of the car's muffler?
So if there's something sticking out of the muffler, what does that have to do with this case? Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Objection!
Miss Starr, but it's not going to be that easy. In fact, you've already told us why this is important to the case. This has much in your testimony.
What?
Let's hear what Mr. Wright has on his mind. Else what you think this piece of cloth muffler is related to this case.
Take that!
Miss Starr, recall your testimony for the court.
Yes, I arrested her. She mentioned the muffler. And that's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. Muffler. Yeah. Could it be that the muffler you heard mentioned was actually this exhaust pipe? If so, that makes this piece of cloth as vital evidence. Oh, oh!
Shit if I know. Well, it seems we will have to suspend the proceedings.
Suspend?
I myself wondering about the piece of cloth. If we leave that question unanswered, we do a disservice to the law. Get out of the car, Christ, I expected at once. And bring me that cloth. But we'll wait until after we've seen all the evidence. Agreed? I suppose so.
Ooh, that was close.
But we made it at least for now. This court will adjourn for 30-minute recess. Lunchtime, after all.
He's still hungry? That was fucking chaos. Oh. That's another part. Thank you all so much for watching. Like and subscribe. I'll see you all next time.
Peace.